Well, we are just 8 days out from the opening ceremony, and already the Olympic Winter Games in Pyeongchang are enveloped in huge controversy. In a bombshell announcement today, the Court of Arbitration for Sport has opened the door to almost 30 Russian athletes to take part in South Korea. This after they had been all branded cheats and given life bans in the wake of the Sochi doping scandal. But there is another dramatic twist to this story, one which may still see these athletes barred from the upcoming games. For more details, let's get reaction right now in Russia. Our correspondent Chris Brown standing by in Moscow. So, Chris, a huge decision here, again, from the Global Sports Court of Highest Arbitration. Walk us through exactly what it is saying here.
Well, this was supposed to be the IOC's moment here, their time to tell the world that, yes, we're serious, we can deal with cheats. Don't forget, this was arguably the largest allegation ever of systematic cheating that had ever been uncovered in sport. The IOC spent a couple of years looking into this. They hired the most reputable people they could to go in and do their investigations, people such as Canadian Richard McLaren, who dove deep into what happened during the Sochi Games in 2014. They turned whistleblower Gregory Rashenko, who ran the Russian doping lab, who basically explained everything that happened, allegations such as a list done up by Russia's sports ministry, a hole in the wall of the doping lab. He would pass the samples back and forth to the Russian secret police, who would then change them, the dirty ones for clean ones. This report was submitted, and these suspensions were handed out. Those suspensions were then appealed, and then came today's dramatic announcement in South Korea.
This is a case built on circumstantial evidence. It is a matter where there is no direct evidence, such as a positive test or a voluntary admission. The case arbitrators unanimously found that the evidence put forward by the IOC in relation to this matter did not have the same weight in each individual case.
So the argument here that the Court of Arbitration Sport made, circumstantial evidence, whereas the IOC said, look, we've uncovered a scheme, a doping scheme that was orchestrated and in place, and everyone whose name was on this list, which was uncovered, they had to have been involved. But at the end, that huge point wasn't enough for the judges.
That said, then, I'm wondering about the reaction, not only there in Russia, but also amongst the IOC.
Well, here in Russia, the TV's been full of "I told you so" moments. Everyone from from Russia's prime minister to other senior Kremlin officials have been saying, "We always knew there was nothing going on. Now we feel vindicated." A quote from the new sports minister today said, "The athletes expect the International Olympic Committee to accept the CAS ruling and allow them unconditional rights to take part in the upcoming games." As it is now, about 169 Russian athletes have been approved to compete in South Korea. They won't be able to wear their colors or carry their flag, and there will be no official Russian team. But there's certainly going to be pressure now, you can imagine, to change that decision, to add these other athletes that have until now have been banned. So what's going to happen next? The IOC says they're going to take some time to read this decision. Clearly, they're shocked. The release they put out said that they're extremely disappointed in this decision, but also stopped short of saying, yes, those 28 or so athletes are going to be invited. They've not come and said that, but as I say, that's one of the big decisions that they're going to have to make, as well as what happens to the rest of the Russian team.
Yeah, all of this just 8 days before the opening ceremony. Chris Brown, thank you very much. And Chris is in Moscow.